Then, in February of 2006, Psy signed with Capitol Music. In May, her 8th album, titled Dancing Diva, was released. Many people imitated her fashion styles from this album. This album also won 2 Golden Melody Awards for Best Mandarin Female Singer and for Most Popular Female Singer. Here you can see a photo of Psy holding her two Golden Melody Awards. Here you can see a photo of Psy holding her 2 Golden Melody Awards. Then, in August, Psy recorded the song Marry Me Today, David Tao. This song earned a Golden Melody Award for the Best Song of the Year. The next month, Psy started another concert tour, titled the Dancing Forever World Tour. Then, in June of 2007, Psy released her second documentary live album, The Acquired Talent. In September, her 9th album, Agent J, was released. In this album, she performed aerial silk and pole dancing, but overtraining during practice left her with a temporarily paralyzed arm. She also fainted during rehearsal. She went on to perform the routine that gave her such challenge during practice. And here you can see pictures from both of her albums that were released in that year. In November of 2007, Psy recorded the song In My Arm, collaborating with Kylie Minogue, whose picture you can see on screen now. This song was included in Minogue's album, X. In April of 2008, Psy joined the Beijing Welcomes You performance at the 2008 Summer Olympic Games. To recognize Psy's outstanding career, the Ministry of Labor in Taiwan awarded her with a Butterfly Award. In October, Psy released her first cover album, titled Love Exercise. Here you can see a picture of Psy receiving the Butterfly Award, as well as a picture from the poster for Love Exercise. Then, in December of 2008, Psy signed a contract with Warner Music. In March of 2009, Psy released her 10th album, an album titled Butterfly. For this album, Psy learned ballet, and she later said that it was the hardest form of dance she had ever learned. This album was regarded as her most controversial album. Reactions to it varied greatly. Some critics loving the album, and others greatly disappointed. Then, in the same month, Psy held the Butterfly School Concert Tour. However, during training for the tour, an old injury recurred, and she was forced to stop dancing for about 2 months. In 2010, in April of 2010, Psy performed the theme song Heartbeat of Taiwan at the Taiwan Pavilion Expo. In August, she released her 11th album, titled Myself. And then in December, she began her third concert tour, the Myself World Tour. This tour lasted 2 years and 4 months and included performances in 31 different cities around the world. Then, in September 2012, her 12th album, titled Muse, was released. This album was considered a return to the nature of music and attempted to combine music and other forms of art together. Here you can see the cover of Muse. Then, in January of 2013, Psy was invited to the MIDEM in Cannes and performed in Paris at the Taiwan Music Night concert. In October, she released her third live album, Myself World Tour Taipei Encore. This was her most extensive live album, including material from her first and second tour concerts. Then, in June of 2014, performing in support of the 2014 FIFA World Cup, Psy recorded an English single titled Now Is the Time. It is included in the compilation album Pepsi Beats of the Beautiful Game. In October, she served as a judge on Taiwan's reality TV singing competition, Rising Star. In November, Psy released her 13th album, titled Play. It was well received by the public and by the international media. In this album, she collaborated with a Japanese singer, Namie Amuro. This album also included a song that featured themes of homosexuality, focused on acceptance of homosexual groups and the idea of homosexual marriage. This was a controversial topic to discuss in an album and showed Psy reaching out as an activist in a way she had not previously done. Then, in May of 2015, she held her fourth concert tour, the Play World Tour. This was the first time she conducted an international tour in collaboration with Live Nation. Most recently, in February of 2016, Psy joined the voice cast on the Disney movie Zootopia. In the Chinese language release, she voiced the main character, a rabbit named Judy Hopps. This led to a much wider release of the Chinese language version of the movie than is common for Disney films in Taiwan. In addition to her career as a singer, Psy has had other business endeavors. In 2007, Psy and her sister established a brand of nail polish called Oops Jealous. She helped develop the colors and the design of the nail polish. In 2009, her business ventures expanded. First, in February, Psy and Saks Fifth Avenue announced the release of a fashion brand called 72 Changes. This brand continued until 2011, when it closed over different business ideas between its major shareholders in China and the United States. Then, in September, Zai and her sister established a nail salon called Oops J&I in Los Angeles, California, in the United States. The next month, Zai founded her own music management company named Eternal. It specialized in handling music copyrights and concerts. Here you can see a picture from the advertisement for the Oops J&I salon, as well as the logo for Oops Jealous nail polish. Before Zai became a singer, she had dreamed of being an English teacher. She published 2 English books in 2005. One was Jolene's English Diary book, and the other was titled Jolene's Party. She hoped to help readers quickly learn English vocabulary in an interesting way. Zai has also published a book about how people can stay in shape in a healthy way. This book was titled Keep Fit. Zai had experience losing weight in unhealthy ways through strict and sometimes dangerous dieting. This left her feeling sick and sometimes unable to eat anything. Now, Zai keeps in shape in healthy ways, including through an appropriate and balanced diet, and by sleeping for at least 7 hours a day. She also exercises regularly. In Keep Fit, she tells her story and tries to teach her readers how they too can remain healthy in non-dangerous ways.